Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shai B'Shem Rakakodash. Y'all should know by now what happened yesterday. You had the IUIC and the ISUPK on the same corner, literally on the same corner. You know, you got this building, this corner right here. So they were literally on the same corner, pushing out, you know, the scriptures and so forth about Israel. Now, I don't know who was here first. I don't know if this is ISUPK's block that they normally come up on, and then IUIC roll up on them, or IUIC always comes out there and they decide to set up right next to them, or they came out like they normally do, but they was already out there and they known or should have known that these guys were out that come out there on the regular. So I don't know the full thing. I believe, but I could be wrong. Like I said, somebody correct me. I believe that IUIC, either they was out there before ISUPK, or this is IUIC's normal place that they speak at when they go out. That's what it sounds like to me. But with all that being said, you know what happened, you had them both teaching, which, matter of fact, I'm gonna call this, let's get ready to rumble IUIC versus the ISUPK. And I heard something the leadership of the IUIC was teaching, as they normally do Saturday night, and they were saying stuff, but I didn't know. They didn't mention, well, they did kind of mention IUIC, but I'm wondering what the hell went on, what the hell is going on. So I'll find out soon enough time. So even early, I was on the web, I didn't see nothing. Then I was outside of my house. I was at a woman's house in a place, and I stumbled across Sarnetta, and Sarnetta had the video going, and a fight broke out. So I said, let me, pull that back, bring it back. Not rewind it, but bring it back. And at the end of the day, everything being said and done, it's coming off as ISUPK is looking like the bad guys, and the IUIC did the right thing because they closed up. They said, okay, we're going to close up. I don't know if they would normally close up at that time, or they closed up because it was confusion on that corner. So you had the one individual over here putting the stuff together, and he grabbed that chair and he kind of pushed it to the side. He didn't throw it, he just kind of pushed it to the side. And I believe this individual right here, this brother right here, or some other brother that you don't see, but he was wearing red, kind of attacked this brother. Then it caused a melee. So, at the end of the day, everything being said and done, all things being said and done, the IUIC came out looking like the good guys. So, I would think that the leadership of the ISUPK should get in contact with the IUIC and, talk about it. And I believe they should apologize, because if any of the GMS men did that, I would definitely go to the leadership of the IUIC and I would apologize. And I'm pretty sure, the scriptures say, what is it? A smooth word, a quiet word turneth away wrath. Somebody put it in there for me. I'm not going to look for it. I believe it's in Proverbs. But yeah, so, like I said, with everything being said and done, IUIC came out looking professional, looking in order. The scriptures say, let everything be done in decency and in order. The Apostle Paul said in 1 Corinthians 6, if I'm not mistaken, he said, why not take low? Let's see if I can find that. I ain't brought that out in years, but I'm almost positive it's in 1 Corinthians 6. Let's see if I'm correct. Put in the word low. Okay, it's in there one time. Okay, it's not, the word low is not in there. Let me try the word take. Take wrong. That's it. That's it. That's it. But brother go after law with brother, and that before the unbelievers, which, you know, the whole thing of the IUIC holding them down, there were more IUIC members than ISUPK, and they held them down for the police to come. What I would have did was pretty much said, if y'all calm down, we'll let you up. We're going, you know, we don't know what the spirit, we know what the spirit was. Because I think if they would have let him up, they would have came at him again. So maybe they had no choice. But this is like a simple assault, little melee. It ain't no major thing. It'll be thrown out of court. So it says, but brother goeth to law with brother, and that before the unbelievers. Now, therefore, there is utterly a fault among you. Now, that applies to not dealing with the 6th verse, but the 7th verse on any matter. You know, the scriptures speak about some preach the Yahweh Shai for envy and strife meaning debate or fight, and some preach for the sake of the gospel. I'm merely paraphrasing. I'm not going to go to that. Somebody can put it in there. So that's what it means. So it says, now therefore there is utterly a fault among you, because ye go to law one with another. Why do ye not rather take wrong? And that's with any matter. That's with any matter. So it looks like in the video that the IUIC said, okay, we're closing up. Like I said, I don't know if that was the time that they closed up, or they just said, look, this is going to turn into something else. Let's just close up. So like I said in the video, see the man putting everything to this, getting stuff together. He pushes the chair to the side, and the guy just pushes him, and it started a melee, which ISUPK was totally wrong. Now they did that to brothers of GMS out there in Pittsburgh. Brothers had the camp out there, and they were out there. That's the same spot that they go to week after week. And members of the ISUPK set up, and they were saying, this is ISUPK, and eventually they spoke, but eventually they left, which is a bad look, man. I mean, is the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua working through you, or the spirit of the devil? Because it's looking real bad. And IUIC's got to apologize for that. They got ISUPK got to apologize for that. Because at the end of the day, I wouldn't do no shit like that. I wouldn't, if, like I said, saying it again, sound like a broken record. If any GMS member, threw a punch and started a fight over somebody nudging the chair over to make room to put a seat, nudge the chair over, and the guy set off like that, he's going to be, we're going to put his feet to the fire, so to speak. He was dead wrong. Our job, when you go, the perfect example is the apostles, that they were beat by the wicked scribes and Pharisees. They found out, they built up so many following, they had 5,000. Now, did they say, okay, we got there's 5,000 of us. We're gonna get them wicked ass scribes and Pharisees one by one. We're going, oh, there goes that scribe, that chief guy, let's beat his ass. Okay, they didn't do that. They left it alone, man. So, it's like I said, it's looking bad until I hear both sides of the story. But what I see is looking bad for the ISUPK. I'm not going to say anything bad about the IUIC, even though we go back and forth. I would never think of doing nothing like that, because at the end of the day, we're still brothers. We're still a family. We always get on IUIC, but guess what? If IUIC does something the right way, I'm going to give them credit for it, man. It's a bad look to me. It's a bad look for the ISUPK. And if you want to be honest, any of you Israelite groups, you would all say the same. You would all agree with me. It's a bad look for the ISUPK because this is not the first time that they did this. This is not, see that term, ISUPK, no cowards. Well, guess what? King David couldn't be in the ISUPK because King David fled from the enemy at times. When you read the history of King David and them, you know, even Joshua, they had to flee from the enemy because Achan did something, so they were getting their asses whipped. So there were certain times they had to retreat. So King David couldn't be in the ISUPK. This is not about this is not a motorcycle. This is not a divine motorcycle gang. This is not a gang, period. We go out there on the streets to teach the word, and that's it. So now I called up the apostle Rhymelab about. I said, you heard the bad news or the good, whatever. Did you hear the news? He said, yeah, I heard it. So he was like talking about it. And then I said, well, look, I'm not here at my house doing the video. I said, just put up a video and let them know, you know, anything that don't engage with ISUPK, don't engage with IUIC, don't engage with any of them on the scriptures or nothing like that, because they already got in their mind what the scripture says. You know, if you roll up on IUIC talking about the new moon is not the full moon, what do you think they're going to say? They're going to go by what their leadership told them to go by, you know? So it doesn't even make no sense to even engage with them, period. So that goes for the ISUPK, the IUIC, any of them. If we had a group set up and ISUPK sets up right next to us or right around the corner, then what you might do is just close up. Just say, let's close up. Let's go someplace else. That's all you got to do. Because it's going to make them look bad. So don't engage with any of them, period. None of you guys roll up on that, because you ain't going to change the IUIC and what we say that they're going off on. You're not going to change them because they move according to their leadership. If their leadership tell them this means this and that means that, they're going to take notes and they're going to regurgitate it. Okay. What else do I want to say? Concerning this matter. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you see some of this. I'm pretty sure y'all saw this before. And Sarnetta even had to jump on the case. Sarnetta said this is not a good look. You know Sarnetta. And guess what? Sarnetta was 100% correct. But then on the flip side with the IUIC, y'all going out to them, bleaching them churches wasn't a good look either. That's why they attacked y'all. Our job is to, if we are men of the Most High, apostles, prophets, teachers, or whatever, our job is to teach who? The hopeful elect, the people that we think may be the elect. Even John said that. Hold up, let me get that. John the Baptist said that. Let me go ahead and get that. But Paul said, why do ye not rather take low? Why do ye not rather suffer yourself to be defrauded? Nay, ye do wrong and defraud, and that your brethren, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. So what Paul is saying in essence is, sometimes you just got to take the low road. You say, oh, no, we'll go. Oh, this is our spot. We've been here for the last, we've been here every week for the last 2 years. And you know goddamn well that you always out there and you never seen these guys. But just to keep the peace, you say, okay, no problem, we'll go someplace else. Because, you know, when you come into this truth, you have to be a new creature. You can't come in like a nigga. See, a nigga that comes into this truth like and bring his nigga baggage with him, he's gonna turn the whole camp into a bunch of niggas. Niggas that know that they're Israelites. I had another precept, and it slipped my mind. It'll come back. Yeah, the scriptures speak about debate, and see debates. Forget about debates. If you're talking to somebody and they say, "Well, you guys are wrong," and the Most High is a woman, we got to. I said, "Man, you know what, brother? I'm not going to have a debate whether the Most High is a man or a woman. I'm not going to have a debate with you on that." Well, brother, you know that the moon. See, you brothers teach that the moon is like it's a big planet, but it's really a big block of Swiss cheese. We're gonna have a debate on it. I'll be like, no, brother, I don't have a debate on that. The flat Earth versus the global Earth. You think I'm gonna sit down and have a debate about a stupid subject like that? Your fringes should be 2 inches long. So y'all got the 1 inch fringes, and that blue is not the right shade of blue. Do you think I'm gonna sit there and argue with a nigga like that? This is a bad look. But like my assessment is this: that the leadership of the ISUPK got to get with the leadership of the IUIC, and they got to either talk. If they don't want to apologize, talk it out, keep the peace. But if I was part of the leadership of the ISUPK, I would have said, look, we apologize for the brothers going off. We'll discipline them brothers. And I'm pretty sure they would say, hey, brother, we were a little off to it, something like that, just to be nice. You know, I had another precept. I forget what it slipped my mind what precept I was going to go to. Let me do this. I believe it's a smooth word. I could be wrong. A smooth word. It's not there. Um, Let me try it this way. Word turneth away. Let's see what comes up. Give me a second here. That's it. That's what I wanted. And this is in the ASV, whatever that stands for. Proverbs 15:1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but a grievous word stirreth up anger. Because the ISUPK men were going into the fact that there's this guy, and he was popping a lesbian, a dyke, not a dyke, a transformer, blah, blah, blah. And instead of going into gospel, so that was strife. That was not preaching the word of the Most High. So now let's do this. Proverbs 15:1 in the King James, as high priest how we all would say it. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. The tongue, the tongue of the wise uses knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools pours out foolishness. And see, the Christian community then hopped on it already. They're going to use that against the Israelites. Like the word debate comes from the word the strife. Give me a second. Strife. Let me go to oh, there's a good one. Proverbs 17:19. He loveth transgression that loveth strife. That's fight. And he that exalteth his gate seeketh destruction, looking for trouble. Isn't that a cut on IUIC? It is an honor for a man to cease from strife, fighting, but every fool will be meddling, looking for trouble. Cast out the scorner, and contention shall go out. Yeah, strife and reproach shall cease. You gotta get together. This guy's drunk, he's acting stupid. You gotta get rid of him. You show him the door, then everything calms down. Oh, this is a good one. Proverbs 26. The blue letters making my life easier. He that he that passeth by and meddleth with strife, belonging not to him, getting somebody else's business is like one that taketh a dog by the ears. You take a pit bull and grab him by the ears. See what that pit bull will do to you. Bite all the ass off you. Yeah, because they were tale-bearing. They were telling the story of this guy did, which they wasn't going into gospel. They were looking for strife. It says, where no wood is, there the fire goeth out. So where there is no tale-bearing, the strife ceases. Another good one. As coals are to burning, as coals are to burning coals, and wood to fire, so is a contentious man to kindle strife. So you want to make the fire stronger. You put more wood in the fire, flame to the fire. I mean, fuel to the fire. He that is proud, he that is of a proud heart stirreth up strife, but he that putteth the trust in Yahweh shall be made fat. Now that meaning healthy. You're gonna eat good. A angry man, an angry man stirreth up strife, and a furious man aboundeth in what? Transgression. So that's a sin. Behold, ye fast for strife and debate, and to smite with the fist of wickedness, because of one dude threw a punch, one of the ISUPK dudes threw a punch, and then you got to use common sense. If there's only 3 or 4 of y'all, and there's like 25 of them, I don't think I would want to get into a fight with them. And they, like I said, they did the right thing. Now you can't say, well, Tahar, why are you taking one side? I'm taking one side because I see both sides, and one side went off. Now you know how we do when it comes to the IUIC. We always get on them, but we can't get on. I can't get on them today. I can't get on them today. They did the right thing. They were disciplined. And like I said you got a lot of guys in the IUIC that are sincere, and I believe that to also with all them groups, ISUPK, all them groups. There's sincere men among them, but there's demons among them too. Yeah, strife is in the scriptures a lot. For where envy and strife meaning fight. Like when you look up the word debate, when you go back to the, the etymology of the word debate, it means fight, but a word fight. Let's have a debate. That means you want to have a word fight. We ain't here to have word fights, man. I'm not here to have a 2 hour debate with you as of what you believe. I'm here to tell you the truth. If you can't see it, I'm moving on. But anyway, I'm gonna say, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. I'll let you listen, play a little of it, and I'm gonna close. What you gonna say about that? Now them sissies gotta pack up and leave. See, the dude in the red, he started that. The other brother, the IUIC brother, he nudged the chair over, and the dude just jumped him, and it set the IUIC off. But they didn't fight. They didn't throw punches. They grabbed you and held you down. You know? Yeah, they got it. ISUPK, they got to go back to the drawing board, man. You got to have a leader. You have to have leaders out there. You have to have guys that know how to, deal with the men that's under them. Like I said, my thing is this. If I was, let's say, ISUPK, I would have left. I would have said, let's close up because there's more of them than us. And we can't even teach because I can't even think straight because they're talking and we're talking at the same time. Like I said, I'm saying this again for the third time. IUIC said, okay, we're going to leave. So they're closing up. And the man with the red, he had to have, that was strife in his heart, which he didn't come in the right spirit. That wasn't of the spirit of the Most High. This looks bad. This, vocab, he gonna jump on this. All them Christians gonna jump on this, man. And they're gonna try to make both groups look bad. And to tell the truth, saying it again for me, with the fifth or sixth time, the IUIC came out looking good on this one. The ISUPK came out looking bad on this one. Now, that's just a fact. That's just a fact. Now, what if one of them guys pull out something and fire it? That would be a mess. What if a bunch of them did that, and you just hear a fucking Mexican standoff, and they all laying down. 20 of them all shot dead. Some of them dead. That would be a hot mess. So this is what I said. What I said. Don't deal with any of them guys. If you passing by IUIC and they say, who are you, sir? They don't know your IUIC GMS. You might say, well, look, we're GMS. We're told by leadership not to deal with you guys, to duck conversation. We can't talk to y'all, you know. And then you can remind them of the ISUPK, IUIC event. We're not going to talk to you guys because you're not going to see eye to eye any damn way. So, like you see IUIC speaking, just walk across the other street. Don't engage with them, period. Right? This is what you call a hot mess. This is a hot mess, a hot butted mess.
You know that was coming.
Where the hell is the goddamn cops? If they would have jumped a white woman, the fucking cop would have jumped out of a fucking sewer. You see?
No, I'm not gonna do that, bro. No, I'm not gonna do that, brother. I'm not gonna do this. Sorry, brother. I'm gonna do this. Don't lean on the chat. Don't put pressure on this brother.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Kodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of Great Millstone, honors as well to other brethren and fellow believers and followers of this faith, and shalom to the elect, shalom to the hopefully elect, shalom. So anyway, this video was shared to me by two brothers in my camp. I saw the video. It's called Obsidian's DMV Bob with Elder Bashai. It's titled This Backyard BS is Not of Yahweh Shai, and that is actually a perfect title. I mean, I couldn't have titled that myself any better. This is what it is. It's like a backyard, junkyard fight. Now, when I saw in it, I mean, we don't have to go into all that. We just know that they both carnal. But IUIC, they should understand that there was a lot of those purple brothers standing out there. And this is from carnality. This has, the weapons of warfare not carnal. This really has, when you look at this has nothing to do with truth. We know this, but this is all about ego and pride, right? They're shameless. They're driven on emotion because they had issues with one another. Now, our issues with other camps have nothing to do with emotional driven BS, right? We're just mad at them. Our issues is with doctrine, and this is what happens when you don't stay in line with doctrine. And with both of these groups, their problem is they call on Christ, right? I see more. IUIC will say Yahweh Shai, but all of them use that name Christ, right? Let's go to the word shameful before we get some scriptures, because we got to do that. It says shameful. Shameless, let me say that, is a painful emotion caused by conscience or guilt, right? Shortcoming in propriety, okay? The susceptibility to such emotion, meaning having some form of conscience. These brothers are shameless. And we know what the scripture says about being shameless. A condition of humiliation and disgrace, disrepute, ignominy, let's see what that says, a deep personal humiliation and disgrace. They don't have any shame. Their whole mind is there's no wait a minute, this isn't right. We're sitting up here, we're ready to fight one another, right? We're not thinking greater than ourselves. We haven't put the Lord first. Let's go to Samuel 17 and 45. Now, when you read the history of the Bible, numbers didn't really mean anything, but you got to be in the name of the Lord. And neither one of these guys, and you can even say Yahweh, but you're still not truly coming in the name of the Lord. They mix it, right? 1 Samuel 17 and 45. Then said David to the Philistine.
Yeah, I just saw this. So, boy, let me see. We catch this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Fight the good fight of faith, not each other. ISUPK, IUIC. So this is the new news. All right, let's watch a little bit of this. Let's watch a little bit of this here. Give me a second.
What are they doing? What are they doing? He brought his hands back under his time. He came to address this. You understand? He did it again. The Courier and press also reported that Job Lewis, using the name that there had been Israel, has been connected. He was connected with who? With the Israel, with the what? With the Israel, with the what? With the Israel united in Christ. Now, what you gonna say about that? Now them sisters gotta pack up and leave. Stand still, bro. Stand your ass still. Stand your ass still. Oh, shit. Hey, knew that was coming. The things are hope. I'm gonna do it, brother. No, I'm not gonna do that, brother. No, I was just, I'm not gonna do that, brother. I'm not gonna do this. Sorry, brother. Got nothing to do with this. Don't lean on the chat. Don't put pressure on the table.
All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. All right, this lesson is going to be entitled Fight the Good Fight of Faith, Not Each Other. Fight the good fight of faith, not each other. And you saw the video in the beginning. You saw two Israelite groups, right? ISUPK and IUIC. Dude was I would describe it as being foolish. They just did something very foolish. But you can't put it past any of these Israelites because they're not spiritual. Okay, and anytime you have two groups that are teaching in the same vicinity, and neither one of them is men enough or spiritual enough to say, hey, this is confusion. One of us need to go and go over here and the other stay over there. You open yourself up to potential drama like this. And that's all it is. Now, if I had to guess, knowing the background of each one of the groups, more than likely, I don't know this for sure, but more than likely, IUIC was probably there already, and ISUPK came up and gonna teach in the same spot as them because
that's what I said. I don't have the evidence on that. I could be wrong, but that's what my assessment was.
it's the type of moves that ISUPK generally makes, and they've done this on more than one occasion. They came into one of our groups in Pittsburgh and did the same type of madness. You got brothers there already teaching. These guys come up in a hooligan fashion and they want to stay in this, and heckle you on the spot where you at. Set up right next to you and then start talking shit. So, it's no wonder that something like this will wind up happening. Now, at the end of the day, IUIC, they have been also known to be very proud, because of their numbers or because of whatever. So you brothers out there take note of this, and I can speak on it because it's happened to us. They had a group that come here teaching very right near us, right across the street from where we teach at, even teaching on our same location on our same spot. And you have to be man enough, to say, you know what, let's just move. Not to try to stand your ground. That's why the apostles constantly tell us that no brother should be going up to another Israelite group to confront them, even having words with them, because what's the point? Something like this could always break out and happen. Anytime you got two groups that are Israelites, but they're not in the same group and they teach different doctrines, this could potentially happen. So take note of it. Now, the thing that's a glaring point of this is that IUIC, they had more guys than ISUPK, so of course they're gonna, prevail in a physical confrontation. But not only that, they basically holding the guys down and holding them for the cops to come. What are you doing that for? You gonna hold them down and wait for the police to come? Well, you was involved in the fight too. But I mean, I guess I get it. I don't know. I mean, really, the whole thing is.
Yeah, the right thing would do if they wait for the cops, tell the cops, look, we're not planning on pressing charges, but we didn't let them up because they would have started fighting with us again. That's the only thing. We're not planning on pressing charges. Let them go their way, and we'll go our way. Because if IUIC says, okay, get my name, I want to go to court, I want to sue these guys, I want them to go to jail. No, you just let it go.
Stupid. ISUPK, they're known for, that old type of Negro guerrilla warfare type tactics where they come up and try to antagonize.
Negro guerrilla warfare type tactics. Yeah, that's that. And they did do that before. They did do that with one of the groups, GMS, out there in Pittsburgh. Let's listen to this a little bit more.
They're known for that shit. So finally, you got what you wanted. But like I said, IUIC also, like the apostles tell us, if somebody come up being unreasonable, either they can leave, but if they don't leave, then we're gonna leave. We ain't gonna stay there. Like I said, I had it happen to me on a couple of occasions. Yeah, the Israelites, the same group coming up being loud, being disorderly, and then I kind of had words with them and asked them why they doing that, because every time it was always them, building on our foundation and our spot. So if they ain't gonna leave, we're gonna leave. And I've actually literally packed up my stuff and moved and also move before we even started teaching. So, you gotta be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. All right. Now I also want to go through a few other scriptures here because this should never happen, in regards to different Israelite groups, because the enemy, Vocab Malone is just waiting to get his hands on something like this. And from what I understand, this video was taken by a Christian pastor. So they're gonna use that. They're gonna say, look at these groups, they barbarians and this and that. And nobody really cares what a Christian says, but at the end of the day, look, see, IUIC came up and threw the first punch. It was a sneak. Dude came right up and threw a left hand. Right? Something was going on. You got two groups together. IUIC comes to take, I don't know what he's doing. Came up and mess with their chair or whatever. Let's see if we can see it here. The dude with the red shirt on, something goes on. Dude from IUIC came up.
The dude in the red started this whole melee. He started the melee. Okay? The man in the red started the melee. You can clearly see the IUIC brother pushed the chair to the side. He just pushed it to the side. And all of a sudden, this guy got, indignant, which was clearly wrong. And then this guy, Brutus, he rolled up, throwing haymakers and shit. I mean, this is totally carnal. It makes both of them look bad, but it really makes the ISUPK look bad. This is not a good look for y'all. I'm just telling you, just like it is.
Being aggressive, and I look right there, bam. Dude came in through the first punch and left. And then he got bombarded. And I mean, there was punches thrown by both groups.
Where the fuck is the police? Where's the popo at? There's a bunch of niggas killing the Israelites. Let them kill each other.
This shit is wild, man. Let's just bring some scriptures out. You gotta watch out. One thing that both groups gotta know is, and that's why I said they're not spiritual, is because you have to protect this truth. No matter what happens, they're gonna blame it on the fact that we're Israelites, not on what happened. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 1. It says, we then, as workers together with him, beseech you also that you receive not the grace of the Most High in vain. For he saith, I have heard in a time accepted it, and in the day of and in the day of salvation have I succored thee. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. Giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. That's the whole key. You want to give no offense when you're out there. You don't want your behavior, something you do. You don't want to get an altercation with a person that's not in the truth, and you don't want to get an altercation with those that are in the truth, especially those who call themselves Hebrew Israelites, even though we teach different doctrines. You don't want to get in a physical altercation, right? It says, giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. This is what's going to happen. Now, because of your hot-headed nature, stupid decisions, bad leadership, now they're going to use it to blame the truth. I mean, at the end of the day, nothing happens without the Most High's consent. But we knew it was a matter of time before this was going to wind up happening. It may not be the last time.
At the end of the day, IUIC, I'm saying this again, IUIC did the right thing. They were trained right. They were disciplined right. So, I'll give a good word, for the IUIC, It really looks bad on ISUPK. That's all I'm going to say. All this mess, look at this. All this equipment, all shattered and messed up, broken up. They got to buy new equipment, shit boxes and whatever shit on the floor and shit. Motherfuckers all cell phones on the floor. Goddamn, boy. It's the Royal Rumble. All right. The melee. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's listen to a little bit more.
You may have others like get into it, It happens. Sometimes you're gonna have, well, this doesn't happen, but you have things break out at camp because people come by you drinking, you bringing the word out, they get emotional. There's been many times where brothers have had different brothers from different groups have had to get into a physical physical confrontation with passerbys or people that come there to listen, because that's what happens. The word makes demons come out of people.
Where the fuck are the police? When they gonna come?
See, literally. But in this regard, this shit was it was a little bit funny. I don't know if it's more funny than stupid or stupid and funny. More than likely, I believe I would lean towards it's more stupid than it is funny, although there was funny moments in it. You better not move. Oh, you better not move. You better get off my stomach, and all of that. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. But IUIC, they're gonna flip this and try to make it look like the Most High was with them because they wanted to prevail. No, this is stupid. You had more people. That's all it was. You had 2 times more guys than them. I think ISUPK had what?
4 times more guys. They had a bunch of them.
About 5 guys. And you got about 30. So, you know what's gonna happen. But the main thing, like we said, is verse 3, giving no offense in anything that the ministry be not blamed. You got to make sure you protect this ministry with your life. You can't let things like that happen. Cooler heads have to prevail. I want to also let's read 1 Timothy. So up top it starts talking about the love of money, okay? And then here in verse 11 it says, "Thou, O man of the Most High, flee these things." You're supposed to flee that situation with money, the love of money, and follow after righteousness, godliness, faith, love, patience, meekness. Here's the point: fight the good fight of faith. If you got faith, no matter what it is that you got to say, because look, like I said, by the way that it sounded, ISUPK was the one that was being, they probably came to set up what IUIC already was, because dude came there, he was reading in a fashion that sounded like he was just trying to expose them. Reading about some about one of them was a homosexual. He done a homosexual act going by the name of something Joel Ben Israel or something like that. I mean, that was already wrong. You don't do that. You don't go to Israelites trying to so-called expose them. And I wouldn't side with either one, but from where I'm standing and what I know from history in the past, ISUPK do have that nature where they try to start shit. It says, "Fight the good fight of faith, lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou also called, and hast professed a good profession before many witnesses." So we're supposed to fight the good fight of faith, not each other, right? It's a spiritual warfare. This is not a carnal.
Let me give you another precept. I'm getting ready to close. You're gonna start laughing. For the ones of you that understand what this scripture is truly about, but I'm gonna use it in this manner. Lay hands. Lay hands. Yeah. Wait a minute here. First Timothy 5, verse 22. Now, the way I'm going to break it down is not, I'm qualifying it, but I got to use this right here, but it really means something else. Lay hands suddenly on no man, neither be partaker of other men's sins. Keep thyself pure. So that's twofold, all right? You're going to lay hands on a nigga, right? It said lay hands suddenly on no man. So that's what the guy in the red suit did. And then the other guy with the all black, they laid hands suddenly. They just shot them joints. But like I said, this means really it means something else. But I'm gonna apply it. I will apply it this way. Maybe they were trying to get IUIC to get the Holy Ghost, saying, "Give me also this power that that on whomsoever I lay hands, he may receive the Holy Spirit." So maybe them guys are saying, "I was trying to give the members of the IUIC the Holy Spirit by laying hands on them." Like I said, you can use the scriptures many ways. Many ways. You know, Jake said they put hands on the nigga. They put hands and feet on the nigga. And the chief priest and the scribes the same hour sought to lay hands. Now that means to grab on him, use force to grab him up. And they feared the people, for they perceived that he had spoken this parable against them. I'm not going to read all of that. See right here, lay hands, meaning it's healing. When you lay your hand on somebody, you're healing them. So that's what it really means. So now right here, it means grab somebody by force, lay hands, use force to subdue them. Right here is a spiritual thing. Right here is not talking about throwing punches, but like I said, I'm qualifying it, but I'm using it, and I'm using it double fold. So let me read that again. 1 Timothy 5, verse 22. Lay hands suddenly on no man, neither be partaker of other men's sins. Keep thyself pure. So the guy with the red, he laid hands on one of the brothers, and then the dude in the black came from out the screen, and he laid hands, and it says what? Lay hands suddenly on no man, neither be partakers of other man's sins. You see the guy lay hands on somebody, and you're gonna go and lay hands. So you're gonna be a partaker of his sin, you know? Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom. That's the new news. Everybody's gonna be talking about this, especially them Christians. I almost can't wait for Vocab to say what he got to say. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.